Hello, this is Gabriel Swanson, and I have my audience here, which consists of my parents. Pop music discourages creativity. Pop music ruins your creativity with its bland structure and its boring composition that lacks in provoking and stimulating the brain. There is many different genres of music that are infinitely better than pop. Artists like Jacob Collier and Snarky Puppy are great musicians, but they may never see the success or popularity as some pop artists. The mainstream sound is so developed that sometimes that when we hear pop music, we just don't appreciate music in general. And I'm talking music like classical music, rock, or jazz. There's a major decline in diversity in music. Scientific reports in Damien Zinet share that timbre, harmonic complexity, and loudness are three factors that are depreciating in music. Timbre is the texture of a sound, so think of like two people, one man and one woman, singing the same pitch. You can clearly tell the difference in timbre. Harmonic complexity is described as the amount of harmonic content in a song, caused by the knowledge of music theory. Music theory being the knowledge of how to put notes, chord progressions into such a way where it makes sense and is in context for the listener to hear. And then we have loudness, which is the average loudness of a song. And over time, songs have been less dynamic. As opposed to pop music, which is less dynamic in loudness, there is orchestral music, which is vastly dynamic. You have the quieter parts and the louder parts. Pop music kills your creativity as a listener. Pop music is simple and has no quality about it that is different from every other pop song. The melodic content or harmonic complexity is minimal. An example of a song like this is the Chainsmokers, which they have a song titled Closer. Closer has a chorus which consists of a lead that only has 3 notes. And these 3 notes do not change at all. Pop is a very safe sound. It does not try to do anything different. It stays in a diatonic scale of 7 notes. And a diatonic scale is your typical Western scale like C major or A minor. With all that to consider, the ramifications of having a dull and safe sound shows in people. A study was done by Professor Adrian C. North, and he asked 36,000 people in 60 countries about their personalities and their music tastes, in which he found that people who listen to pop had the least amount of creativity out of every other person who listened to different genres. Pop music is motivated by consumers, not art. Labels are driven by the mass of people and are motivated by people who will buy their products. Pop labels look at artists as money machines and will value quantity over quality. Pop labels also have awful deals with artists. Forbes magazine shared with us that Chuck Berry's single, Maybelline, had major issues with its royalties. And royalties are the relationship of money between the label and the artist. So a label could effectively screw over the artist and leaving the artist with little to no money from their work. Pop artists require minimal knowledge of music theory due to the fact that they don't stray far from cookie-cutter material and melodies. An example is Pharrell Williams, the writer of the song Happy, who has no musical knowledge at all, and he was recently in a lawsuit over the song Blurred Lines, in which he gave his testimony, and then when asked what chords he had in his own song, he gave the reply saying, "You should just check it out, and I'm not a teacher." implying that he did not know what chords he had in his own song, and he did not know how to read musical notation. And this is coming from a Hollywood Reporter. In the case of Williams, he didn't know how to do anything, and he didn't have to. He could have just hired someone. Pop music mainly is made by the same two people anyways, those being Lucas Gutwald and Max Martin. Martin writing songs for Katy Perry and Taylor Swift, and Gutwald writing for Flo Rida and Miley Cyrus, says the New York Post. Artists who try something new are rejected. Artists are discouraged when they see someone put such little effort into their music and get a ton of success from it, when they themselves put a lot of effort into their music with little to no success in it. In conclusion, pop not only damages the art, but the listener. When you're listening to music, you should have creativity spark. Find new music that boosts your creativity. Find new genres of music that affect all three attributes of music, that being timbre, harmonic complexity, and loudness. Thank you, and this has been my speech.